Welcome back. Okay, we had such a good time learning about new ways to elevate our virtual hangouts. We decided to keep the fun going. So we're going to have our tarot cards read by the wonderful tarot Lori Simeonovich. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of fun. You're going to read our cards, and I am up first, Lori. I cannot wait.
Okay, so I'm going to stare at you awkwardly for 2 seconds while I just shuffle the deck. Get your juju in here. I'm just going to ask, what does Mel need to know right now? Because the cards will tell you what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know. You know what I mean? Okay. Ooh, this is exciting. Okay. So first of all, you have the Chariot, and the Chariot is about big decisions needing to happen, big choices. And the key to making the right choice when you're faced at if you're at a crossroads, is to make sure you're not being all head and logical and thinking it to death, and don't be all emotional about it. Let your gut have a say, but don't be all gut either. Let intuition, intellect, and emotion all have a seat at the decision-making table. And you can always visualize going down path A versus path B. Make it a visceral daydream, like, what earrings am I wearing? The dog is barking. And when you're in each one, just check in with your body to see which one feels better or less yucky than the other, because one will always give you a clue. Attached to this big decision is this need to leap and the net will appear. The message behind the Fool is that you have to often take a first step not knowing how it's all going to end. And sometimes you have to take a first step and you don't even know what the second step looks like. But the point is to take the step. Go from that place of static to dynamic. And remember that you don't know what you don't know. And God, Buddha, universal, whatever you want to call it, has a better plan for us often than we have for ourselves. So think back to a time where you were like, okay, I got what I wanted, but how I got here was nuts. That was crazy. And there's universe going, hi, I knew about it. Remember me? So take the proof of it happening before to help you have faith that it could happen again. Okay, so these two, and then family. So this is traditionally the 2.5 kids in the minivan, little rainbow of love, la, la, la. But for me, it can go deeper. It's just a reminder to tap into the connections in your life, because they're like redwood forest roots, so strong and deep, and they can often uplift us and keep us steady when we're feeling a bit wobbly. So don't hesitate to lean on and leverage the connections in your life. That's what they're there for.
It's my turn next.
And the first card up is the Emperor. This is often a place of business. It's an institution, an organization. It's not the sexiest card. It's just kind of a building. Then we've got the Justice card. And for me, justice is always about karmic justice, reminding you that karma is the ebb and flow of the tide. What you're putting out in the world is what you're getting back. You put out your best effort, best intention, it will return to you. If you're kind of phoning it in, giving it 50%, that's coming back, whether it's about health, wealth, love, career, life in general. And to remember that karma is like a farmer. It's not sexy and there are no shortcuts or gimmicks. You just have to get up, show up, do the work, and wait for that harvest to come in. And this is one of 2 cards in the deck that I like to refer to as the cranky grandpa card, because it's like this little old man voice in my head going, kid, get up, put your boots on, get to work, stop messing around. So getting a little bit of a kick in the butt. And then you've got the Moon. Now, this is an interesting card. The Moon is about yucky energy. I always say the Moon is like a can of mushroom soup, and you put it in the pot and it just goes, like glompy, gooey energy. And you just have to be aware of energetic imbalances in your life. Not intentional or malicious or nefarious or anything, just energetic imbalances. Like, kids are the worst. They can suck you dry. So it's about being aware of recognizing those imbalances and rectifying them. Because if you don't deal with them, they start dealing with you and you feel depleted and overwhelmed. One thing that I encourage people to do with this is you imagine that sunbeam of light, that energetic connection, connecting you to that person who you know is dumping or draining with your energy, and you get that beautiful cord of light in your mind, and then you just cut it with a machete or a chainsaw or gardening shears or whatever it is to just help break that connection. It's not hurting anyone. It's just, there's your energy. Here's my energy. You're welcome. You're just returning homeostasis. So do you see how you want to do this to make sure it doesn't impede with this when it comes to that?
Wow. Lori, this is so cool. Thank you so much for these readings. I know it's short and it's sweet, but it's really, really neat.
Thank you.
And we do want to tell everybody we are at the end of the show, but please do not forget that we've got our social media channels all up for you, and we want to engage with you.